สถานีวิทยุสรานรม AM 1575การทูตเพื่อประชาชน
เพื่อไทยก้าวไกลทันโลก
สวัสดีค่ะ and good afternoon or rather morning. It's about 11:30 a.m. right now, so I'm live on Facebook. But if you're looking for my rerun, it's today at 6 to 6:30. So welcome once again to News and Views, and I am Siriksa Prashumyad. So if you are on Facebook right now, like I've said, I am on live. So be sure to check myself out. Anyways, I've got a few things up in line for you guys, and I'm back here on my own again, so please don't be bored just yet. I still have a few things to talk about as per ritual, or my ritual actually, the weather. Anyways, it's looking gloomy and gloomy as always. Looks like there is a 60% chance of rain today in the afternoon at lunchtime, but I don't know if that's going to be true or not. But so far, I have no idea what season we are in Thailand right now. But it seems like we are still in the rainy season until the end of August. So be sure to still pack your umbrella with you, just in case. You'll never know when you need it, either an umbrella or a raincoat, anything that suits your need. Might as well have them them shoe covers as well. I think they are selling the shoe covers, so when it's raining and you have your precious or expensive shoes, you can just slip them on, tie it up so that it's not damaged by the rain. But yes, anyways, on to some some serious contents or some serious knowledge for today and some updates. On the front page of Bangkok Post, there is a big picture of a giraffe and children feeding them. So it's might as well just start with this new. I live close by to the ministry. Actually, it's about 10 minutes away, depending on traffic. Without traffic, it's about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. But with traffic, it can go on to half an hour, even 40 minutes. And I live so close by. And the other thing is, the National Zoo is actually right across from the ministry. It's about an intersection away. But sadly enough, the National Zoo, which has been located here for the past 80 years, is going to close down soon. By the end of the month, actually. It's soon. It's next week already. And since I live close by to the ministry and the zoo is right here, the zoo has actually been one of the places I go to frequently when I was a kid, when I was very young. I was actually born here, but I moved to London when I was 10. So I spent a lot of the weekends at the zoo because it's so close by, and I was so lucky because my house was just close by. It's just sad to know that the zoo will now be closed down and moved to a further place because it's my childhood memory. A lot of it was actually at the zoo. I don't remember how different it was when I was younger, but I mean, when you were young, seeing animals always excites you. I don't know why, but it was just that kind of thing when you see a lot of animals and it's just a fun thing to do. So it's kind of sad that it's going to be moved, but I'm hoping that moving of the zoo would mean that there will be more spaces for the animal and that we can improve it and then make it better, and that the younger generation can learn more about the animals of the world and that they can see things that they have never seen before. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be better and that more people will choose to go there, because I'm thinking that more space, more parking space, easier travel, because even though the National Zoo is located right here next to the palace, to the Royal Palace, it's kind of hard to find parking here because space is so limited in the heart of the city. So I'm guessing that once it's moved, there will be more spaces for not just for the animal but for the people visiting them as well. So hopefully it will be a better improvement for everybody, not just the animals but the children as well. So even though it's going to be so far away in Pathum Thani province, I think, which is still adjacent to Bangkok, but it's going to take a longer drive just to get there, and I'm guessing that we'll have to work out all the transportation and all the public transportations of how we can accommodate the traveling time as well as the traveling distance just to ensure that more people will be able to visit the zoo. I'm hoping that parents will still continue to take their children to the zoo just to, broaden their horizons and give them a sense of the world, and that it's not just us, and there are animals in this world, and that there are so many beautiful things out there that they're supposed to see and learn about. So hopefully everything will be all right. Some of the headlines here is NBTC spectrum auction woes go on, regime rules south with billions of baht. Another top story the past 2 days rather is the passing of Mr. Kofi Anan. And there is a headline as well as a short story about him right here in the front page of Bangkok Post for today. So it says here the government commends Kofi Annan's work for peace and security. Thailand has commended late former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan for his efforts to make the world a better place to live and his advocacy of human rights, calling the late Annan a good friend of Thailand. Now, in quotes, the government and the people of the Kingdom of Thailand are deeply saddened to learn of the demise of Kofi Anan, former Secretary General of the United Nations, or UN, as well as a Nobel Peace Prize Peace Laureate, the Foreign Ministry said yesterday. Now, he strengthened the organization's work in the areas of development and the maintenance of international peace and security. He advocated human rights, the rule of law, and the universal values of equality, tolerance, and human dignity as elaborated in the United Nations Charter, it added. Now, Annan died at the age of 80 in Switzerland on Saturday after a short, unspecific illness. He had visited the country on several occasions. Back in May 26, 2006, he presented the late King Bhumibol Adulyadej with the United Nations Development Programme's first Human Development Lifetime Achievement Award during an audience held at Klai Kangwon Palace in Hua Hin district of Prachop Khiri-Khan province. Now, the award was in recognition of the late King Bhumibhol's dedication to a sufficiency approach to development. Annan praised the late king during the audience for his extraordinary contribution to human development. His Majesty's sufficiency economy philosophy, which placed emphasis on moderation, responsible consumption, and resilience to external shocks, is of great relevance to communities everywhere during these times of rapid globalization, Annan said in quotes. The philosophy's middle path approach strongly reinforces the United Nations' own advocacy of people-centered and sustainable path toward human development, he added. Now, former Foreign Minister Surakiart Sathirathai, who was chosen last year by Myanmar State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi, she'll head a 10-member board that will advise on how to implement the recommendations of an earlier commission headed by Annan, also expressed his condolences over the passing of Annan, who had also visited in 2012 and gave his advice on peace and reconciliation at the invitation of the Truth for Reconciliation Commission of Thailand. It was just on November 28th last year that I met Annan in Geneva, Switzerland. I received good points and advice that was useful for my work as the chief of the advisory board, he wrote, before adding that he had submitted the last report for peace and development in Rakhine State to the Myanmar government on August the 16th and was about to send the report to Annan. So many condolences to Mr. Kofi Annan's family, and I'm hoping that he will rest in peace, because he is a major role as a major force, or rather a major person, key person in the world arena for human rights as well as the human developments when he was the former UN Secretary General. So rest in peace, Mr. Kofi Annan, and thank you for all your hard work and efforts in trying to make the world a better place. Anyways, back last week as well. On Thursday, I was actually in Udon Thani province at Tung Si Mueang rather, to attend a ceremony to return the title land deeds back to the people. The funny thing is, these people got into an unfair contract with the loan sharks. With the government has also realized that it has become quite a prominent problem in the country, because a lot more of the people are seeking loans from illegal loaners or moneylenders because they have nowhere else to go. Most of them are farmers, most of them are senior citizens which are actually living on their own or living with a family member that is not bringing in enough income, so they actually put up their deeds for money. So that's where the problem came in, because it's actually harder to get loans from the bank because of their limitations on their occupations and their backgrounds and so forth, even though the government is trying their best to provide the best loans from the banks like the agriculture cooperative banks as well as the government savings bank to help the people as much as they can. I don't think that the access is enough to all the people, so a lot of the people are still relying on loan sharks to get their hands on the money quickly, just to solve their problems at hand. So right here, the government has stepped in once again to solve the loan sharks problem, because a lot of the people have made complaints, and so the police have been asked to integrate their efforts. The police, tourist police and other relevant agencies were asked to integrate their efforts and works just to concretely and efficiently tackle the problem and bring the happiness and inequality back to the society, to the people. So I have some details about it right here, and it says here that Deputy Prime Minister Prawit Wongsuwon was at a ceremony in Udon Thani province on Thursday, August the 16th, to return land to informal debtors, part of 7,000 rai being handed back in ceremonies nationwide. 7,000 rai is about, give or take, 2,000 acres to 3,000 acres. In his ceremony in the northeastern province, General Prawit, also the defense minister, handed 1,523 title deeds covering 6,309 rai, which is about, like I've said, about 3,000 give or take acres, to 1,778 people of the northeast. Also present were General Thepong Tipayachan, Defense Permanent Secretary and Army Chief General Shalom Shai Sittisat. Now, this government has not ignored the problem. It is solving the fundamental problem and treating it as a national strategy to create opportunities and social equality, General Prawit said. Defense spokesman Kongship Tantrawanit said there were about 900,000 informal debtors nationwide, and the majority, or about 560,000, were in the northeast. Most informal debtors were low-income farmers and people who had been taken advantage of and deprived of their land and farming tools. They had heavy financial burdens, faced threats, and were vulnerable to violence, Lieutenant General Kongship said. Now, the government restructured informal debts for 209,538 debtors and freed about 7,000 rai or 3,000 acres of land and many vehicles worth about 3 billion baht pledged as collateral. Now, nationwide ceremonies were organized to return the assets to 2,287 debtors nationwide on Thursday as well, the spokesman added. So yes, on the stage, about 600 to 700 debtors or people were returned with their deeds right there on the stage. So they were very happy, they were very excited. Some didn't even believe that their lands would actually be returned to them, because they thought that it was gone forever because of their association or their contracts with the loan sharks. So I'm happy for them, as well as I'm grateful for the government and their works and what they're trying to do to help the people as much as they can. So keep up the good work, the government as well as me, because I'm now a public service officers, so hopefully I will try to help wherever I can or whenever I can. So hopefully everything will be in ship shape from now on, and that the people would become happier and happier and having a good life and living a good quality life in the society. Right, halftime, just about 15 minutes to go. We'll now take a short break, but I'll be back with more updates, so don't go anywhere just yet.
ท่ามกลางพายุฝนที่โหมกระหน่ำท่ามกลางคำว่าเราที่เป็นอดีต ไปท่ามกลางเงาของไฟที่สะท้อนบนถนนใหญ่รับรู้ถึงความสะใจของใครบางคนท่ามกลางเดือนและดาวที่ค่อยๆลาไปท่ามกลางความเสียใจที่ไม่มีใครสนท่ามกลางหยดน้ำตาที่มันยังรินไหลหล่นเพราะรู้ว่าคนอีกคนเข้าไปมีใครเธอเก่งที่ทำให้ฉันยังจำเธอไม่ลืมเธอเก่งที่ทำให้ฉันดื่มด่ำกับความทุกข์ทนเธอเก่งที่ทำให้ฉันจากใครกี่คนก็ไม่ทำให้ลืมเธอไปจากหัวใจฉันแพ้ให้เธอทุกทางโอ้ที่รักฉันแพ้ให้เธอทุกทางหมดหัวใจแพ้เธอหมดทุกทางจริงๆไม่ว่ายังไงคำว่ารักก็ยังอยู่กลางหัวใจฉันคิดถึงเธอทุกทีโอ้ที่รักเริ่มต้นไม่ได้สักทีกับคนนี้คิดถึงเธอเหลือเกินหมดหัวใจฝนฟ้าจะเป็นอย่างไรหัวใจก็ยังเป็นของเธอนั่งมองเธอแล้วยิ้มให้รู้เก่าๆเหลือเพียงคำว่าเราที่มันไม่เคลื่อนไหวเหลือเพียงความงดงามที่เป็นแค่เพียงรูปถ่ายเหลือเพียงลมหายใจที่ใกล้เบาลงเธอเก่งที่ทำให้ฉันยังจำเธอไม่ลืมเธอเก่งที่ทำให้ฉันดื่มด่ำกับความทุกข์ทนเธอเก่งที่ทำให้ฉันจากใครกี่คนก็ไม่ทำให้ลืมเธอไปจากหัวใจฉันแพ้ให้เธอทุกทางโอ้ที่รักฉันแพ้ให้เธอทุกทางหมดหัวใจแพ้เธอหมดทุกทางจริงๆไม่ว่ายังไงคำว่ารักก็ยังอยู่กลางหัวใจฉันคิดถึงเธอทุกทีโอ้ที่รักเริ่มต้นไม่ได้สักทีกับคนไหนคิดถึงเธอเหลือเกินหมดหัวใจฝนฟ้าจะเป็นอย่างไรหัวใจก็ยังเป็นของเธอฉันแพ้ให้เธอทุกทางโอ้ที่รักฉันแพ้ให้เธอทุกทางหมดหัวใจแพ้เธอหมดทุกทางจริงๆไม่ว่ายังไงคำว่ารักก็ยังอยู่กลางหัวใจฉันคิดถึงเธอทุกทีโอ้ที่รักเริ่มต้นไม่ได้สักทีไม่ว่ากับคนไหนเพราะคิดถึงเธอเหลือเกินได้ยินไหมฝนฟ้าจะเป็นอย่างไรหัวใจก็ยังเป็นของเธอหัวใจฉันยังเป็นของเธอ
Right, Welcome back. I hope that was a good break for all of you. It definitely was for me because I've been talking for the past 15 minutes by myself. But hey, anyways, on to some more updates. This is from NDTV from India, and it says here that India-Thailand complete the 2-week-long joint military exercise, Maitri. Now, the Indian Army and the Royal Thai Army, yesterday rather, I would say, completed a 2-week-long platoon-level annual joint military exercise aimed at strengthening partnership and cooperation between them, the Army said in New Delhi. Now, Exercise Maitri commenced on August 6th in Thailand. The exercise last year was conducted in Himachal Pradesh of India. Now, this year, the exercise began with a cross-training period involving familiarization training between the two armies to evolve drills and procedures involved in counter-insurgency and counter-terrorist operations in urban, rural and jungle terrain under the United Nations mandate. Now, the initial days of field training focused on familiarizing with each other's modus operandi, basic maneuvers and evolving joint drills. The second phase included practicing various drills and tactical scenarios in counter-insurgency environment, execution of tactical and search and destroy operations, house intervention and survival techniques. The exercise culminated with a 72-hour joint exercise on planning and execution of a series of tactical operations such as raid, pursuit, establishing military checkpost and cordon and search operations. Now, both the armies immensely benefited from each other's expertise and experience in conduct of tactical level counter-terrorist operations. The exercise helped in enhancing the cooperation between the two armies and bonhomie between troops, the army said in a statement. So yes, another joint military exercise in the bag. All good, all done. Stronger bonds between the militaries as well. Anyways, some world updates before I'm running out of time right here. Another quake has hit Lombok after about 2 weeks recess, I think. And it's a fresh 6.3 magnitude quake that locks Lombok. So anybody who is around, be sure to be careful and be sure to stay safe. It's quite a long and detailed news piece right here, so if you're interested in reading more about what's going on there and how many people has gone missing or how many people were rescued and about the current situation there, be sure to check out the Bangkok Post. It's on the 5th page if you have a hard copy of the newspaper, but if not, I think you can check it out online. Just search Lombok or just go to Asia and then you'll probably find it. And there is another picture right here of a flooded town, and it says here that no way out. The picture taken on Saturday shows a view of a flooded area in the north part of Kochi in the Indian state of Kerala. Rescuers waded into submerged villages in southern India yesterday, which is Sunday, August the 19th, in a desperate search for survivors cut off for days by floods that have already killed more than 350 people. So, with global warming still going around, and the world and climate change is hitting the world and the world is actually heating up, natural disasters are becoming more severe, so hopefully we will have a better prevention. We will come up with better prevention next time or in the near future so that we can prevent more floods, more earthquakes, more landslides, more snow, more cold weather, to actually stay safe. So everybody out there, be sure to stay safe because it is quite hectic and things are getting a bit worse because of the climate change, but all we can do now is help. So recycle everything that you can, use less plastics whenever you can, but I know that it's hard because we are still relying on plastic on most of this stuff, but try to recycle more, and then every bit counts, I suppose. It's not just one problem. It's not just a one person problem anymore, but it's everybody. So if everybody lend a hand, chip in wherever they can, things will become better. I believe things will improve. So yeah, go us. Just work as hard as we can. 5 minutes to go. Anyways, let's just get on to some entertainment news right here. Just get it out of the way. We've been talking about who will become the next James Bond, because it is that time of the year where another sequel or another series of James Bond will be coming. And Daniel Craig did say that he was actually hanging off his gloves, so to speak, that he is not going to be James Bond anymore, but it's not completely a 100% no, because there are still rumors that he might take on this one more franchise before he actually stop being James Bond altogether. But there is a long list right here, and there are a few actors that I really like, and I guess that I would really love to see taking on the James Bond role, even though I'm not sure if they would actually fit the role. But the number one right now that people are speculating is Idris Elba. So he will become the first colored James Bond in a way. But he has neither confirmed nor declined or declined the rumors whether or not it's true. And Vogue actually came up with a long list of who they want to see becomes James Bond, and the lists include Tom Hardy, Jamie Dornan, Tom Hiddleston, Daniel Kaluuya, James Norton, Benedict Cumberbatch, Henry Cavill, Michael Fassbender, Dan Stevens, who played Beauty and the Beast, Kit Harington, the star from Games of Thrones, as well as Charlie Hunnam, which I really like. I fall in love with his first movie, which was Nicholas Nickleby, and I kind of think that he was quite gorgeous. So it's such a long list, and we still don't know who's going to become the next James Bond, so hopefully we'll know soon. So by then, don't get too excited, but hopefully whoever you are vying for or cheering for will get the part. Anyways, 2 minutes to go. I'll update you guys with some ministry updates before I sign off. Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand, Minister rather of the Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand to visit Europe. Now His Excellency Mr. Don Pramat Vinay, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand, is scheduled to visit the Federal Republic of Germany and the Republic of Finland during 22nd to the 24th of August 2018, and will be in the Kingdom of Sweden during the 24th to the 25th of August 2018 to preside over the meeting of Thai ambassadors and consul general in Europe. Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs will have a bilateral meeting with His Excellency Mr. Hegel Maas, Foreign Minister of the Federal Republic of Germany, on August the 22nd. Topics to be discussed include the enhancement of economic partnership as well as cooperation at both regional and global levels. On August the 23rd, the Foreign Minister will meet with His Excellency Mr. Timo Soini, Foreign Minister of the Republic of Finland, to discuss potential areas for future bilateral cooperation and regional cooperation, as Thailand will be assuming its chairmanship of ASEAN in 2019 and Finland will be assuming the presidency of the Council of the European Union or EU in the latter half of 2019. The Foreign Minister will also be presiding as the chairman of the Thai Ambassadors in Europe meeting on August the 24th, 2018, to discuss the direction of Thailand-Europe relations and ways to strengthen the relationship in the context of the current regional and global developments. Alright, that's about all I have for you guys today. Before I go, fun facts. Fun facts today is the word gorilla is derived from a Greek word meaning a tribe of hairy women. Okay, that's actually not a very nice thing to take account of or a nice thing to say, but yes, a gorilla means hairy women. Alright, and in quotes, calling someone fat doesn't make you any skinnier. Calling someone stupid doesn't make you any smarter. All you can do in life is try and solve the problem in front of you. This is from Mean Girls. If you've seen it, it's one of the best good ones, good teenage movies when I was a little bit younger, when I was actually a teenager. Anyways, yes, calling someone else skinnier or stupid doesn't make you any skinnier or smarter, so don't do it. Anyways, if you want to write to me, you can. The address is 443 Rama 6 Road, Ratchathewi District, Bangkok 10010400, Thailand, and my name is of course Sirisa Prashumyat. Anyways, 3 seconds to go. Thank you for tuning in to News and Views, and I'll see you again next week. สวัสดีค่ะ